on one region in particular. That is that orange region up in the northeast of Scotland, which is the Speyside region. Home to the Macallan. That logo there, you can actually see the spiritual home of Macallan, Easter Elke's house, the Jacobean manor house, which is actually overlooking the estate where we grow our own barley, make the whiskey, and mature it in those oak casks. Now, talking of whiskey, where does the word whiskey come from? It's actually derived from two ancient Scots Gaelic words, Uiscí Bar, which translated means the water of life, aqua vitae. We then changed Uiscí into whiskey over the years because it's a lot easier to pronounce whiskey when you've had a couple. Now, there's great whiskey made all over the world, here from America, Canada, Ireland, Japan, but legally, to be called a Scotch whiskey has to be made in Scotland and matured there in oak wooden casks for a minimum of 3 years. Now, there's different types of Scotch whiskey as well. Blended Scotch probably makes up about 90% of all Scotch made in Scotland. As the name suggests, it's a blend, it's a mix of different grain whiskies coming from any number of distilleries, from 2, sometimes up to 20 different distilleries. The remaining 9 or 10% will be single malt Scotch whiskey, such as a Macallan. Quick definition of a single malt Scotch whiskey: can only come from one single distillery and has to be made using malted barley as that key grain ingredient. Indeed, there's only 3 ingredients in a glass of single malt Scotch whiskey. That's water, malted barley, and yeast. So pretty much the same ingredients that go into making a beer, except after that fermentation process, we take it those steps further, we distill it twice, and then age it in oak casks for decades. And talking about that distillation process, you can see there a picture of our curiously small stills of Macallan. Now, they're made of copper. Not only does copper conduct heat very well, so it's easy to heat them up very quickly when we're trying to separate the water from the alcohol during that distillation process, but copper actually acts as a catalyst as well. So not only does the copper enhance those sweet, fruity flavours we enjoy in a Scotch whiskey, but also it will inhibit those undesirable sulphur notes that you would not enjoy in a glass of Scotch. So